I come in peace. No, I really do. So, I've been thinking about sharing with you why and what B-side really is. First and foremost, B-side is an evolution. It is not static. Let's put it that way. So it will continue to evolve, and I'm very in tune with it this week. It's been a very transformative week for me. I hope it has been for you as well. B-side is ultimately about playing game B. Ultimately. Game B is a completely different way of doing business. It's a different kind of economy. It's a different model of living and doing and working. And that's a big feat, right? So I'm not here to say that I know what the future needs, but what I am willing and will confess and be confident about is that I am in tune and constantly attuning to what the future is, what it will be, what will be needed, how it will be different, how it is different, how it will look different, what kind of economy is going to look, what is economy going to look like, what is society going to look like, how are we going to support ourselves and one another in life every day, moving into the future. So B-side, simply put, is a way of creating value for one another. And so my commitment to my clients right now is that I will have fun, that I want them to have fun, that all of us are moving from whatever level of professionalism we were at to another new level of professionalism, but not maybe in the way that some might think. This isn't about getting or accomplishing another degree or a new credential as much as it is about remaining relevant and connected to our soul purpose, our energy, our commitment to delivering and sharing our gifts, sharpening our unique ability for the world, right? The unique ability that we share with the world. And so B-side is about Game B, a new way of thinking, a new society, a new way of interacting with one another. B-side also came about as a result of me reading a book by Seth Godin, who I've always tried to stay up to date with and up to speed with. Seth is a thought leader. I mean, he is someone who pays attention, he pays attention, and then he writes about it. So Seth wrote a book most recently called The Song of Significance, and he was talking about the future of work and the future of workers and what people actually need and want in today's world when it comes to work. That, if you're not familiar with the concept, or there's a book called, What to Do When Robots Do Everything, that's really where Seth's book landed in terms of what do we do when robots do everything, right? And so as we move into the next few years, right, and life and business and tech and AI and change continues to occur, right? I believe humanity is more important than ever. I believe that connection is more important than ever. I believe that love is more important than ever. I believe that peace, hope, joy, community, purpose, alignment, all of these things, they're just absolutely critical to overall fulfillment and success and joy. And so, the definition of success in Game A, could be seen as, a high net worth. It could be seen as, having more power. It could be seen as, being the one with all of the influence. And I believe that success in Game B looks like having a good time playing the game of life with one another. and that's it. That's the whole point. Um, and not having a malicious or um, like malicious or this word I've been trying to think of all morning, and I'm having a hard time finding it, which may be a good thing for my lexicon, just in terms of staying focused on what is possible and positive. But it's not taking advantage, right? It's not a malicious attitude, and it's not taking advantage of other people. It's truly owning the world that we live in and the people that we happen to interact with and the things that we are, involved in on a daily and regular basis. So it could be as simple as, someone that you just happen to meet out in the world, right? Whether it's in the parking lot of HEB, whether it is someone that you are sitting next to, like in traffic. This week, I had an experience with a couple people I had never met before. There was an emergency happening, but everyone else around me seemed to think and feel that it was not an emergency, and I felt like it was an emergency. It was an emergency, by the way. There was a man laying in the middle of an intersection, very busy intersection, by the way, in downtown Dallas, and everyone else was just speeding by, and I stopped and put my hazards on, and of course that pissed a bunch of people off, because here I am slowing everyone else down, but I was slowing them down so that they would not hit this man who was laying down in the middle of the intersection. So whether you're meeting someone completely, random, or you're working and talking and work, or it's people that are in your community, your family, your church group, your, school, your neighborhood, the people that you see and interact with on a regular basis. Either way, I feel like the leaders of the future are people who prioritize respect, love, care, mindfulness, and just overall like health and wellness, and that making choices about how we interact with one another matters, right? And the choices we make every day matters. And in game A, it would seem as if the choices you make need to make sure it's kind of like a finite game, right? The game A choices are choices you must make in order to protect yourself and maybe even like grow your own power or your own influence or your own wealth. And then in game B, it's more like the choices I make are shared wins, right? That they are valuable for everyone in their own kind of way, right? So it's really a matter of making sure that we are staying sustainable. That's the word that comes to mind for game B, sustainable. And that we are not pillaging or exploiting, right, others or other maybe non-renewable resources or other people's health for our own gain. And I speak about this as individuals, but also this applies in huge, entity kind of corporate business settings as well. So game B and B-side is really about introducing a new way of living and a new way of doing business. At the end of the day, practically, B-side right now is a partnership of entrepreneurs who come together and win together, right? And that instead of having to kind of go alone and like hire like a la carte kind of services, it's what would it look like to partner together and to make forward progress for everyone in a way that doesn't take from anyone, right? That it is a true value exchange, not just in name only or in concept only, but in reality and in energy and in community and in sales and in success. So that's a lot, but it's also not nearly scraping the surface of what B-side really is about. Like I said, B-side is a forward thinking vision that I have that is collaborative. It changes and evolves as I get to hear from you, as I understand where your mind is at, where your future visions are at, what you see for yourself, what you see for your business, what you see for the future. And I recognize that there are elements of tech and humanity that are going to come together. And I truly think that something like long form video like this or podcast, like I'm the next 30 minutes of my drive after I run in here and grab some things for a friend, summer kickoff this afternoon, the last 30 minutes of my drive, I'm going to listen to one of my friend's podcasts. And so being able to listen to one another, ask questions of one another, dig into dialogue with one another, whether that's in audio form, video form, written form, just like connecting, using these tools for the things that we said we were originally going to use them for, and staying relevant and engaged with one another as we make choices that are going to dictate our future. Because every choice we make does impact our future. It just does, right? Our individual future and our collective future. So yeah, that's what B-Side's all about. Another day, I hope to maybe chat about like economics and some of the things I'm learning about what economics really is, and how we use mass media and psychology to manipulate the way people make choices, and economies get formed via the way people make choices. So this right here, this video, this phone that you're on, this device that you're listening to, it's influencing you on how you make decisions. And I just want to encourage you to take a few minutes every day, beginning of the day, end of the day, to make sure that you are making the choices that you want to make, and that you're not just making choices based upon what you may have heard, right? That you, before you just start consuming content or media, that you are choosing who you want to be, how you want to be, what you want to do, and then you're finding the people who can continue to pull you in that direction, right? Not push you in that direction, but pull you in that direction. So make the choice for yourself first. And if you need to go on a fast of some kind so that you can get kind of a clear mind or a clear head about who you want to be and what you want to be about and how you want to go about it, reach out to me. I just completed a very short 3-day food fast. I've done silent retreats before. I practice meditation every day. I have, good journaling practices. And though I don't advertise that type of coaching, I would be more than happy and delighted, actually, to coach you on any of those things that you might be interested in coaching around, or just chatting about it, right? And seeing if there's a community of people who could support you in your identity creation and your identity development as you continue to find out and to share and uncover all the gifts that you have to give to the world. So that's also what B-Side is about not just being, a cog in the wheel, but really shining in your own personal, unique ability, the gifts that you were born with, that God gave you, that you were created to share. I believe every single one of us has something that is unique to us that the world is just waiting for us to come out and share. So if that's something you'd like to chat a little bit more about as well, you can book an exploration call. There's a link probably in the description to do that. Other than that, I'm going to let you all go. Run into HEB. I'll see you later.